running a few errands, and as I pulled up into the driveway, I noticed this envelope taped to our front door. And I immediately thought, what have I done that a friend would maybe leave a letter or a neighbor would leave me a thank you note? And I was so excited to read it that instead of pulling into the garage, I just parked right there in the driveway, hopped out of my car and, briskly walked to the front door and pulled the envelope off the door. And I opened it up thinking it was going to be, a thank you note, and quickly realized it wasn't a note. It was a notice from the Neighborhood Architectural Committee. I call them the neighborhood Nazis. Do you guys have those people? And I marched out to the street, I stood at the curb, and I said, "This house looks fine." And it did, from a distance. I want to introduce you to a woman who's become a close friend of mine. I call her Sam. The Bible calls her the Samaritan woman. Sam had been married 5 times, and she was living with a man that wasn't her husband. Now, Sychar was a small town, and there's a limited population of bachelors in a small town. And Sam had already taken 5 of them. So she was not very popular with the women in her town, and so she traveled alone. Sometimes I wonder if she looked like she was fine from a distance. When I opened that journal, I had to come face to face with my greatest fear of why a man could never love me. You see, he had things that he was struggling with about my personality, but even worse, about my thighs. He thought they were too big. I know I look pretty small, but I got some serious junk in the trunk. I got lots of dimples. I call them the fingerprints of God.